truth is always there. But saying it out loud, that's the hard part.
She doesn't feel like an American. That bothers me.
Why is your primary identification more important than my primary identification?
I didn't say it was
I am
more
Dene.
important.
I am Navajo first. See?
When I talk about my pain, or Debbie talks about her pain, or Yvette talks about her pain, what's the purpose of saying discrimination comes in all forms? Why
Can you tell Karen, how do you react when you hear her say that?
It makes me feel like we're all discriminated against, and so what?
Get a grip.
It's a live and die for me sometimes. I have to put on my costume. When I go to work, I slick back my hair and it's straight to get the curls out.
I understand your feelings.
You are coming from your own pain and your own guilt.
Right.
Examine yourself. Don't put it on me.
I'm trying to figure out who I am, who you want me to be, who you see, how not to offend you, how to know how far to offend you before I lose my job.
If I leave it all outside and I get to walk in with the skeleton of my true, passionate, loving, caring, beautiful self, I get to leave all of that out the door. That's when I feel safe.
But I don't think we've ever really been able to hear how terrifying that can be and how much a person has to sacrifice to survive. I have no words.
Do you want to know? Do you want to know the full truth? Do you want to tell the full truth? If we were to live it as if this were our last opportunity, we wouldn't waste a moment.
You open a magazine, every woman has to be beautiful, every woman has to be thin, every woman has to be blonde, every woman has to be this, what's that? For you? I'm sorry. It just upsets me that it's such a joke. It's uncomfortable for women to literally come up and face men about it.
I'm sure the distribution rate was like 95-5, with me getting 95% and the woman getting 5% because that's where my head was at.
You hold the power. We don't have access. We're blocked.
I said to a white male editor, I know I'm a twofer. I know that. I'm black and I'm a woman. And I know that's why you probably looked at me to begin with. And that might even be why you hired me.
You know, like so many women, I have been brutalized. Like so many women, I have not been physically safe. And I know that could happen again.
Zora Neale Hurston says, women are the mules of the world. That is how some people see us. And they see us like that so much that we begin to see ourselves like that.
I always get uptight when the cops are around. Took my license, he says, get in the car. He didn't say, get in the car, sir. Would you please go back to the car? Get in the car.
I was going to a party over in Kentucky and I got lost. So I stopped at this bar and I asked for directions. And this guy gave me directions. And I noticed in his hand he had a knife and he had the knife out. And that knife was about this long.
What's different for me than for my father was I haven't fought as many cowboys as he has.
I want you to see me as a valuable person. I want you to see me as someone as valuable as yourself.
And why don't you, with your people, look for something within yourselves that can make you feel equal to us?
You chose to be that way. You chose it. Like I chose to be this criminal.
We were about 3 or 4 doors past the sports bar. I heard somebody say, "Faggots!" And I said, they're talking about us.
I don't know that I want to do this. When you said, I'm straight, don't worry about me, you put me at ease doing that.
A woman friend of mine told me about this guy that was really attracted to me. And that bugged me.
Part of me felt
safe being in my sleeping bag.
I'm not comfortable with gay people. I don't agree with that way of life.
Men know who they are. Men are kind of predatory. Men rape. There's that fear. What is a man supposed to be like?
Big, powerful, doesn't feel any pain, plays through pain, is aggressive.
My straight parents birthed me. Where do you think gay people came from? Did they come from little evil caves that the devil created or something? How can you make us seem so hideous, so sinful, so immoral? We came out of you. We were raised by you, loved by you. We went to the same schools together. We went to church together. God made us gay.
Perhaps this is our last chance. And maybe if we were to live it as if this were our last opportunity, we wouldn't waste a moment.
It came to me in a flash that there was a God and that I was put on the earth to be an example of how strong people should be. And that God wouldn't help me because I had to do it on my own. Why else would I be there alone? The only way that I knew that I could be strong was by never allowing love in my life. And I just remember it. I remember determining that.
I ran away. I left home when I started running away when I was 12. And left for pretty much good at 14. I learned about class in a way that I don't think I would have learned otherwise, because we were pariah. We were poor. We were lower than poor. We were homeless. And I saw how people would look at us, and I saw that we were not people. It just gave me this awareness that will always be with me.
My first encounter with a black man, he was what they call short. He was going home in a couple of weeks. We made friends. He told me that he wrote his mother and his girlfriend. He told me that he wrote them and said, "I'm not coming home. I'm not gonna make it." I said, "You crazy." Oh, man. Even if you believe that, how can you write them and tell them? And I was young in country, and I didn't know the procedure, but the youngest guy usually takes point, which means if you're going up a hill single file, the newest guy usually takes point. Well, Newsom, this guy who was going home 2 weeks, took point, and I didn't realize the significance of that. I've never gone here before.
You know, I didn't meet my mom till I was 14. I met my dad when I was 28. My grandmother found me, or found out that I was somewhere in New York City in the middle of January, and came and found me in a crib or something with a thin sheet by a half-open window. And she just wrapped me up and took me to live with her. She raised me. She saved my life. I call her Mom.
My father was an alcoholic. He was physically abusive to my mother. He beat my mother. So growing up in that kind of violence, you know, we were running into the night all the time and always feeling in chaos. I have built up all these defenses that have to do with being quick, verbally. This is so important to me to be here because I know what it's taken to get here, to speak, to have a voice.